What is up, YouTube and the Funko Army? This is yours truly, the life of the party monster, coming at you guys with yet another episode of We Want Funko, the YouTube channel where we talk Funkos, and more Funkos. So, if Funko Pops are your thing, you're going to love it on this channel. So, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and join the We Want Funko Army. But that being said, I'm finally bringing you guys a video I have wanted to do for months now. And it's actually the top 10 pickups from 2018. And I know some of you guys are watching this video like, why am I putting a top 10 video in February? And the reason is because a lot of my filming and a lot of my video postings were kind of out of order. So I don't want to show you guys my top 10 because I know some of the pops that were going to be in my top 10 video were either on video I haven't posted yet, so I don't want you guys to see them here before you saw them there, and it would kind of kill the surprise, and I don't know. So I'm actually going to try to release those couple of videos. There's only like 3 that I have to show you guys prior to showing you this one. So by the time you see this one, the other ones would have already posted. So if you guys are seeing this one first, then I don't know, you guys should probably have seen those videos first. But that being said, I hope you guys are all having a great day. I know I am. I actually didn't have to work today, so I was able to put this video together. But that being said, I am super excited to show you guys my top 10 pickups from 2018. And before I get into this video, I know this top 10 video might be really subjective. I mean, honestly, this video was me putting myself into what pops had sentimental values to me and the stores I went to get them. So I'm going to go through each and every pop and show you guys my top 10. And I'm going to talk about why I love them so much. And I get it. Some of you guys are going to be like, why is this pop on the list? But again, it's subjective. It's based off my sentimental value to the pop and not monetary reasons. So anyway, kick back, enjoy, and let's go. Number 10. Okay guys, so kicking off the list at number 10, we have the Luke Skywalker chase, which is actually my very first chase. I actually was going to a concert that day and decided to make a little bit of a pit stop in my local mall and just happened to see it sitting there. I was super excited. I actually filmed it, but I don't even think I have that footage anymore. But I was super stoked to find this, and I don't know, I know that this one was pretty well mass produced, so the likelihood of finding one is pretty good. But still, it would always have a special place in my heart, so that's why I had to put it in the video. Mission success. I found my first chase, super sized. Definitely gotta cop this, even though I don't really care about this collection, honestly. But just because it has a chase sticker, I can't pass it up. Number 9. Okay, guys, so at number 9, we have the Great Ape, which I am in love with. I am super happy to have gotten the last one. I didn't think it was gonna happen that day. If you guys have seen the video, you guys know what I'm talking about, but it worked out, and I'm super excited to have this in my collection. As you guys can see, it looks super cool, and I don't know, I can't say enough good things about it. So there's like, I'm going to say 10 people in front of the line. So the Great Ape probably not going to happen today, but it is what it is. We'll get what we can. Number 8. Okay guys, so at number 8 we have the Monica chase, which just makes me laugh every time I look at it. Just look at that frizzy hair and that hat. It just, how can you not like this pop? Anyway, the way that I got this pop was I was actually in line to pick up my mystery horror box, and they just happened to have a Monica chase, and they were like, hey, do you want this chase? And I was like, sure. It was actually one I had kind of looked for, but then stopped because I thought it was never going to happen, and just kind of worked out for me. Number 7. At number 7, we have the Kat and Yagi twins from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Low-key one of my favorite movies of all time. I definitely highly relate to Scott, because I feel like I have to fight evil exes every time I try to date a girl, so totally knew where he was coming from. But that being said, I was actually on the road, getting ready to go to work, and I was refreshing my phone on the Funko Pop Pop-Up Shop website where it released, and I got really lucky because it just happened to drop at a random time, and I was in a good position, so I was able to like stop my car in the parking lot, order it, take care of everything I had to do, and get back on the road. And I got really lucky and happened to be able to secure it because I know the Scott Pilgrim pops go very fast, so to get this one means the world to me, and that's why it's on the list at number 7. Number 6. At number 6 we have the oversized Pikachu. If you guys know this about me, I love playing Pokemon Go. Party Monster, when you guys want to add me, definitely hit me up on Instagram. I'll give you my code and we can play sometime. But that being said, I was really stoked to get this one. It actually was a Target online exclusive. Dropped at a random time. I was checking my phone like a crazy person, and I was just able to secure the pickup. Granted, I knew this one was going to be pretty tough as to what happened to me with the first time trying to pick up a Pikachu Pop. Literally, no one in my state got them, and the only store that had the Pikachu Pop was an hour and 45 minutes away, and I did try calling multiple times, but no one picked up the phone. So, on a whim, I just drove down there to DC and paid to park, mind you, and to go in the store, and they said, oh, we didn't get that. And I'm like, well, your website said you guys have these pops, and they're like, yeah, it's wrong. And that's all they could say. They could do nothing for me, so I was bummed out, but that early loss ended up being a delayed victory with this one. It's not the same thing, but pretty cool, pretty close, so still happy. Number 5. Okay, guys, so we reached the top 5, and this is where I get to break out all the good stuff. So coming in at number 5, we have Coraline with Cat, and I kid you guys not, this was probably the pop that I put the most effort into finding in 2018. Granted, it's a common pop, but it's not that common. I tried numerous stores, only to be told, sorry, we're sold out. I actually had a harder time getting this pop than another pop you're going to see later on in this video, which is kind of a slight spoiler, but that being said, I'm super stoked to have this one. I actually hadn't even seen the movie at that point, so I didn't really get the significance of the cat or the jacket or any of that stuff. Like, I was kind of like, why is this cat Coraline so important? But after I've seen the movie, it all makes sense now, and I'm super happy to have it in my collection. Number 4. Okay, guys, so at number 4, we have the Jasmine chase, and the crazy story behind this one is, at the time, I was working at Hot Topic, so I kind of actually could have switched up 4 and 3 because of the significance of both of them with Hot Topic, but regardless, this is number 4. And at the time, I was actually working at Hot Topic seasonally. I literally worked one day, Black Friday, and I was able to get a discount for the rest of the year. So from November to December, I was fine. But unfortunately, with our policy, they don't allow you to get chases, i.e. this one. So that was a dumb rule, but I actually had to give up my discount just so I could actually buy this one because they wouldn't let me buy it because I worked there, which, again, I was like, I worked a day. Why is it such a big deal? But it's what it is. I gave it my discount, and at the end of the day, I would do it all over again. Pop is super awesome. It actually comes from one of my favorite scenes from Aladdin where she takes the apple. And, I don't know, I'm just really happy to have it. Number 3. Okay, guys, so at number 3, we have the Hot Topic Girl. And I know you guys are wondering why this pop is on this list. And the reason is because it did something that none of the other pops did. This one actually got me a job. I kid you not. I was actually going to Hot Topic just to pick up this particular pop. And the manager, who actually knows me from previous job we worked together, was like, hey, do you want to work here on Black Friday? What's your schedule? And I was like, sure. I mean, it's kind of something I always wanted to do, is work at a Hot Topic. So this one actually made a dream happen. It was just crazy because it's a Funko Pop. Literally, they had me work the one day Black Friday selling pops, and I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, I sold a good amount of them because, again, I know pops. We want Funko. Anywho, super happy to get this one because, again, got me a job. So on the list. Number 2. Okay, guys, so at number 2, we have the Leatherface chase, and where do I start with this one? First off, if you guys know me, you guys know that I love classic horror movies and horror movies in general, but definitely originals, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was definitely a big one growing up. It scared the hell out of me, I'm not gonna lie. So when I saw they were making this into a pop, I knew I had to have one. I literally was the first person in line to get myself a mystery horror box. It's actually the same day I got the Monica chase, so I was super stoked to even get one chase that day, but to end up with 2 in the same day was spectacular. It was the first time I ever ended up a day with 2 chases, and it definitely wasn't the last. I mean, this is literally the pop that made me start calling myself the Chase Monster, because I was like, wow, I'm getting pretty good at this now. I mean, not the gloat or anything, but I was definitely feeling really confident after I opened the box and found out it was a chase. If you guys saw my very first unboxing, you guys saw it was this actual pop. So, yeah, can't say enough good things about it. But anyway, we got one pop left. Okay, guys, so before I get into my number one, a couple of honorable mentions to go over real quickly, in no particular order. And granted, I love all these pops, but just wasn't quite enough room on the list. First off, we have the Chase 11, which I actually randomly found at Best Buy's, which I found really crazy because I was just kind of shopping after work one day, and I was like, how cool would it be if I found a Chase in this store? And I got really lucky, and granted, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so to find a Chase was cool in general, but to find a Chase that late was just like, wow, this is awesome. Next up, we have the Al Bundy Pork Hill Target exclusive. And the cool story behind that one was I actually got to Target pretty early in the morning, and that one hadn't even reached the floor yet. I just happened to be shopping and see a box that said Funko Al Bundy Pork Hill, and I was like, oh, hey, can you maybe open that box for me, sir? And the dude was cool. He opened it up for me, gave me the pop, but then some other random dude that worked there was like, what's that you have? I don't think I can release yet. So I talked it out for a little bit, and he ended up letting me buy the pop anyway, but he made the other three, he made them put back for some reason. But regardless, I was able to get one, so I was super happy. And the last honorable mention is the Hot Topic exclusive Vegito, which I don't know, I just think it's a cool looking pop. Granted, I don't know that much about Dragon Ball Z as it is, so I got really lucky because this actually was one that was just kind of hidden away at a Hot Topic that I just happened to be at that day. And it was actually the day after the release, so to get this the second day that it was in stores was kind of crazy. Like, people didn't even think, like, they didn't even know how I did it, but whatever. It was there, I was there, and I think it's a really dope looking pop. Number one. And at number one, we have Coraline and Raincoat, the pop that I put above all other pops in my collection. I love this pop with a capital L, and if you guys know the story behind what I had to go through to get this one, you probably would too. So here's the deal. I have 2 box lunches in my area, and unfortunately, the mall closest to me doesn't have one. So on release days, for pop that could have chases, I have to drive 30 minutes one way or the other, and I'm just kind of stuck in the middle. So I was actually at box lunch number 1, and I actually saw an Instagram post from box lunch number 2. Only problem is, they're like 45 minutes away from each other. And what made things even worse is the fact that we were experiencing hurricane-like conditions that day. So as I'm on the road driving to try to get to box lunch number 2, yeah, it wasn't going very well. I called to see if they could maybe hold it for me, and they can't. So it's kind of like, you know what, why not let's just take the chance and try to get there and hopefully get the chase. Cause, I don't know, first of all, I don't even know why they would post a chase on their Instagram stories in the first place, because they know people are going to do what they can to get there, like myself. So I'm driving as reasonably as I can, given the weather condition. It's definitely the most volatile driving weather. Granted, my car is not the safest car to drive in any condition, let alone pouring rain. So I get there, and they don't have it anymore. Someone already beat me to the punch, and they got it. Which I kind of thought wasn't fair, because they might have not even been a true pop collector. They might have just happened to be on their lunch break or something and got the pop, which, I don't know, you gotta take the good with the bad. So needless to say, I was really bummed out because they couldn't hold it, and perhaps to throw this little part of the story in, the fact that the one I went to earlier said that if I had called, they could have held a pop for me. Granted, I take that as any pop, but again, box lunch number 2 says they can only do it for the regular one, and they don't even do that, so it's kind of a gray area there. But that being said, I was super bummed out, and later on that night, as luck would have it, I actually saw an Instagram post from the box lunch that I started the story with. They had gotten their Coraline pops in yet, so I was like, bet. I'm going to go there first thing in the morning, because if they get a chase, that chase is mine, and that's what I proceeded to do. I went there probably 3 hours early, first person in line, and I was like, if they get it, it's mine. And yes, it happened. I got it. So all that work to get one pop in, like I said, I couldn't be happier with this one. Granted, the Coraline with Cat was like way harder for some reason, and that's a common pop, and this is a chase, but still super happy to have this one. This is the pop that means the most to me, so it's number one, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to hit that like button, definitely share it with a friend, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Anyways, you guys can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at WeWantFunko, and if you guys feel the vibe, hit subscribe. Anyways, I will catch you guys on the next video, and until then, remember, party on, peace.